My best friend at work accidentally forwarded my private resignation plans to our entire department with the caption, "Guess she finally realized she's not cut out for this place." I sat frozen as the notifications blew up. I didn't respond, I just waited until she needed my signature on critical client accounts. I politely declined. Watching her panic in front of our boss was the sweetest revenge. I worked in a high-pressure marketing firm right outside Denver for almost 4 years. The kind of place that hands out ping-pong tables and snack bars to hide the fact that people cry in the bathroom more than they laugh at their desks. I didn't start out important. My first desk was wedged between the supply closet and the printer. I was a temp, answering phones and making coffee orders for the account team. Over time, I worked my ass off. I didn't date, I skipped vacations, I pulled weekend shifts. I learned everything I could. Eventually, I earned a spot as a client strategy lead. Not a fancy title to most people, but in our office, it meant I was the one clients called when they wanted something done right. It took me over 3 years to get there. Elise started 1 year after me. She was loud, fast, funny, and magnetic. She had the kind of charm that could sell air to a drowning man. Everyone loved her. So did I, at first. We bonded over our shared ambition, over being women in a company run mostly by smug guys in Patagonia vests. We went out for drinks. Shared memes. Got brunch on Sundays. She even helped me put together IKEA furniture when I moved into a new place. We called each other ride or die. Looking back, I realized she never told me anything real about herself. Just enough to seem close. But the red flags were always there. She took credit for my ideas a few times. Said things like, "We both worked on it," even when she didn't. She once copied a whole slide I made and presented it in a meeting while I was out sick. When I called her on it, she said she thought I wouldn't mind. I wanted to believe she didn't mean it. I let it go. I wish I hadn't. Last year, I started thinking about leaving. The company hired a new VP, Aaron, who seemed determined to run off anyone who didn't kiss his ass. He interrupted me in meetings. Undermined me in front of clients. He once told me I was a little intense when I pointed out a budget error that could have cost us a contract. I knew my days were numbered. So I planned my exit. I lined up an offer at a smaller agency in Boulder. The pay wasn't crazy better, but the culture was healthier. Real collaboration. Remote first. No office politics. I felt excited again. Alive. I didn't want to make a big deal out of leaving, so I drafted a quiet resignation letter. Polite. Professional. I showed it to Elise over lunch. She hugged me. Told me she was proud. Said, "They don't deserve you." She even offered to help me pack up my desk when the time came. I sent her a copy of the letter later that night, asking for any edits. She replied, "Looks perfect. Wish I could come with you." That was Wednesday. Thursday morning, everything shattered. I was just finishing my coffee when the Slack ping started. Then email dings. I looked at my screen. Subject, FWD. Resignation letter. Elise had forwarded my resignation letter. Not to herself. Not to her boyfriend. To the entire client strategy department. 42 people. Directors. Managers. New hires. And she added one line on top, "Guess she finally realized she's not cut out for this place." Face with tears of joy. No explanation. No apology. No oops. My heart stopped. I sat there, numb. Couldn't move. Couldn't breathe. I stared at it for a long time. My phone buzzed, coworkers asking what happened. Some tried to joke. Others just sent. I didn't reply to anyone. Elise came to my desk an hour later, all wide eyes and fake concern. "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I meant to send it to Brian, my boyfriend. Total slip up." I just looked at her. She was lying. I could see it in her face. But I said nothing. Now here's what Elise didn't know. 2 weeks earlier, she had been promoted. She was now the lead on 2 major client accounts. But everything, and I mean everything, on those accounts had gone through me first. I had built the strategy decks, created the timelines, handled the budgets, and held all the access keys. IT required my digital sign-off for handover. Not a button push, an actual written sign-off from me that confirmed full asset release. It was protocol, for legal reasons. Without it, she couldn't launch, couldn't deliver anything. I had it all. And I knew exactly how to use it. When she came to me later that day, asking for the sign-offs, I said calmly, "I'm not ready to do that." Her mouth dropped. "What?" "I haven't resigned. And given that someone shared my private communication without consent, I don't feel secure right now." She laughed, like it was a joke. "You're kidding, right?" I didn't laugh back. She got quiet. Then she tried again the next day. And the next. Emails. Meetings. Gentle nudges. I didn't answer. Not once. The clients started asking questions. Where were their assets? Where was the next step? I let it stew. Then HR got involved. Elise reported that I was withholding critical materials. I told them I was waiting for documentation confirming safe transition. When they asked what I meant, I said, my private letter was forwarded without my permission. Until I feel confident in how that happened, I'm uncomfortable transferring anything. HR went silent. Legal got looped in. Elise was told to wait. She didn't like that. She tried cornering me in the hallway. She whispered, "You're ruining me." I said, "That email ruined me first." She looked like she wanted to hit me. More meetings followed. Her smile got thinner each day. She started looking tired. Nervous. She stayed late, trying to fix things. But without my approval, her hands were tied. One of the clients, a big one, Taylor Holdings, sent a furious email to our boss. Said they'd walk if the chaos didn't stop. That's when Ron, our boss, pulled her into a glass meeting room. I watched her cry. Her makeup was smudged. She slammed her notebook down. Still, I stayed quiet. Then the demotion hit. I heard about it from IT. She was bumped back to her old position, pending internal review. The promotion was listed as temporary until further notice. She stopped coming to lunch. Stopped joking in meetings. I finally handed over the files on my last day. Silently. I didn't attend my own going-away cake thing. I walked out at 2 p.m., no goodbyes, no speech. She sent one last text that night, "You really hurt me." I didn't reply. I wasn't interested in being the better person anymore. 3 weeks after I left, I got a call from someone I never expected to hear from again, our biggest client's senior liaison, Kara from Taylor Holdings. She didn't even say hello. Just launched in. "Hey. I need to ask, what the hell happened over there?" I hesitated. "I'm not with the company anymore." "I know," she said. "But Elise is tanking this account. She doesn't understand half of what we built with you. Her answers don't make sense, her reports are late, and last week, she tried to pitch us a strategy we already vetoed 6 months ago." I bit the inside of my cheek. I didn't want to get involved. But hearing Elise was falling apart without me, I won't lie. It felt like karma finally remembered my address. "I'm sorry," I said. "I really can't speak on internal matters." Kara lowered her voice. "She said you left suddenly. Told us you had a mental health crisis." I sat up straight. "What?" "Yeah. Said you were unstable, and that's why you're gone." My chest burned. That lie wasn't just petty. That could ruin me professionally. Word spreads fast in our industry. If people thought I'd had a breakdown, they might question my reliability. Future clients might steer clear. I took a breath and asked, "Would you be willing to put that in writing?" There was a pause. Then Kara said, "You want to go on record?" "Only if you're comfortable." "But yes." An hour later, I had the email. I forwarded it to HR and copied legal at my old job. With it, I attached a copy of Elise's forwarded resignation email, the one that started it all, and my own written timeline of events. I ended it with a simple line: I had intended to leave quietly. I had no interest in retaliation. But Elise's recent statements cross a legal line, and I'm not willing to let that stand. 2 days later, I got another call. This time from Ron. He sounded exhausted. "We want to formally apologize. What happened with Elise was unacceptable. And we've launched an internal investigation into her conduct." I didn't say much. I didn't have to. Word must have gotten out fast because by the next week, Elise deleted every one of her social media profiles. LinkedIn. Instagram. Even the shared Spotify playlist we made at work disappeared. But I wasn't done yet. I had stayed in touch with 2 junior strategists from the old team, quiet, smart women who had always been kind to me but kept their heads down. They reached out after hearing the truth. One of them, Mia, told me something that blew everything wide open. "Elise was gunning for your job for months," she said. "She told Ron you were planning to quit even before you said anything to him. She's the one who got your clients reassigned." I froze. "You're sure?" "She bragged about it," Mia said. "Said if you left on your own, she could step into your shoes without fighting. So Elise hadn't just betrayed me, she'd set me up. I thought I was escaping a toxic environment on my own terms. In reality, she was pushing me out with both hands and smiling to my face the whole time." I felt sick. But I also felt something else. Focused. I told Mia, "Thank you for telling me. This helps a lot." And then I opened a folder I had quietly kept all along, saved emails, Slack messages, project drafts, timestamps. Everything that showed who really did what on those big client wins. Elise had always been sloppy with details. I wasn't. I started putting together a full file, clean, clear, professional, that showed just how much of my work she had stolen or misrepresented over the past year. And I sent it to one person, Kara, at Taylor Holdings. With a note. "I know you're considering shifting agencies. I wanted you to have full visibility into who actually managed your campaigns. No threats. No demands. Just facts." Let's just say, things moved fast after that. About a week after I sent that file to Kara, I got a call from someone I hadn't heard from in years, Eric. He used to be my direct manager before he left the company for a VP job at another firm. He was sharp, honest, and one of the few people who ever had my back. I respected him a lot. "Got time to talk?" he asked. "Sure," I said, heart pounding a little. "Taylor Holdings just reached out to us. Said they're pulling their account from your old firm. They want to switch agencies. And they specifically asked if you were available." I sat there stunned. "They mentioned me?" "They said you were the reason they stayed as long as they did. That you kept things running. They trust you. And we're expanding our strategy team right now." I blinked. "Wait, are you offering a position?" he said. "No. I'm offering you your own department." It felt unreal. This guy had seen the fire Elise set and offered me the matchbook back, with a promotion attached. But it got better. When the Taylor contract officially moved over, Elise's old firm lost one of their largest retainers. Rumor had it the company froze bonuses that quarter because of it. The ripples spread fast. Elise wasn't just in hot water anymore, she was radioactive. But then came the kicker. An anonymous email landed in my inbox late one night. No subject line. No name. Just screenshots. Slack messages. Ones I'd never seen before. Elise, she's not a team player. She's gonna leave anyway. If I push her out first, I'll get promoted faster. Elise, I just need her to snap. One public meltdown and I'm golden. Elise, Ron said if she causes a scene, I can take over both accounts. It kept going. Turns out, she'd been venting to another coworker, someone she thought was on her side. That person had saved everything. Maybe they were scared. Maybe they felt guilty. I'll never know. But those messages were damning. I forwarded them straight to HR and legal. Not for myself. I was gone. I had a new job, new team, better salary. I didn't need revenge anymore. But Elise needed consequences. The next day, a LinkedIn alert popped up. Elise had changed her job title. From senior strategist to freelance consultant. Translation, fired. Still, I felt empty. Not sad. Not happy. Just cold. Like I had spent so long holding it in, the betrayal, the public embarrassment, the humiliation, that even victory felt like nothing. But then something happened I didn't expect. Elise texted me. Just one line. Are you proud of yourself? I stared at it for a long time. Then, finally, I replied. I didn't lie about you. I didn't fake anything. I didn't manipulate anyone. Can you say the same? No response. She hasn't messaged me since. I thought that would be the end. Elise had been exposed, fired, humiliated. I had a better job, better clients, and people who actually respected me. I was done thinking about her. Or I thought I was. 3 months later, a new name showed up in one of our client onboarding meetings. A small cosmetic brand looking to scale fast. They said they'd hired a freelance consultant to help them build their brand before they officially partnered with us. That consultant? Elise. She didn't know I was behind the campaign strategy. I was just listed as Director of Accounts in the docs. I waited until the intro call. Her video came on. She froze when she saw me. I didn't say anything at first. Just smiled. Our project manager went through the basics, then passed it to me. Let's review the brand strategy, I said, like I didn't already know what was coming. Elise had submitted a slide deck ahead of time. I'd read it the night before. And immediately spotted 5 sections that were direct copies of work I had done for Taylor Holdings. She had literally stolen my past campaigns, slapped a new logo on them, and sold them as her own ideas. And I had the originals. Timestamps. Emails. The entire trail. I stopped the meeting mid-slide. Sorry, I said, as I shared my screen. I think there's been a mistake. I showed the old files, my files. I zoomed in on the dates, the senders, the clients. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't insult her. I just let the evidence speak. The client went quiet. Our legal team jumped in immediately after the call. The project was paused. Elise's contract was terminated that same day. She tried to claim it was a template error. No one believed her. A week later, the same client offered me the full campaign and doubled their original budget. But I still wasn't done. Because Elise had tried to sabotage my career not once, but twice, and almost succeeded. So I sent one final email. Not to Elise. To a small but influential industry newsletter run by someone I knew well. Someone who liked juicy stories. Someone who cared about ethics in marketing. I submitted an anonymous tip. With documents. Screenshots. Timelines. The whole trail of what Elise had done. They ran it as a blind item at first. No names. Just a former strategist from a top Colorado agency caught plagiarizing past campaigns, after sabotaging a colleague's private resignation. But people in the industry talk. They put the pieces together fast. Elise became unhireable in our entire circle. I heard she tried to move to Austin. Then to Seattle. Nobody would touch her. One day, I got a letter. Not an email. A real letter. From Elise. It was short. You got what you wanted. I hope it was worth it. I lost everything. I didn't reply. But I sat with it. Because here's the truth, revenge feels good, at first. But it also stains you. Makes you harder. Colder. I wasn't proud of what I had to do. But I was proud I never lied. Never cheated. Never hit first. She did that. All I did was let the truth catch up to her. And in the end? That was enough.